A woman goes missing on the Appalachian Trail, and this is all they found. Hiking can be a wonderful experience, but even the most skilled adventurers find themselves in dangerous situations. From coming face to face with wild animals to losing sight of the trail, exploring the outdoors demands that you stay alert at all times. Geraldine Largay was a veteran hiker excited to explore the Appalachian Trail for the first time. But a few unfortunate events in the wake of that decision changed the course of her entire life. After setting off on the trail alone, Geraldine's story took a heart-wrenching and tragic turn. Like most new hikers, 66-year-old Geraldine Largay of Brentwood, Tennessee, was excited to explore the Appalachian Trail for the first time. Though most people who hike the trail are younger, she wasn't deterred at all by that fact. Extending from Maine's Mount Katahdin to Georgia's Springer Mountain, the Appalachian Trail is famous for its massively long hiking path. Geraldine, a mother of one, had been waiting for years to explore it herself and couldn't wait to get started. Finally, in 2013, Geraldine decided to make the journey and left with a traveling companion by her side. It's always smart to hike with a buddy, so if something were to happen to you, someone could report it to the right people. Unfortunately, Geraldine's travel partner had a family emergency not too long into their expedition, so he had to head back home. Geraldine decided to forge on ahead alone, which would prove to be a big mistake. Her next mistake came on July 22nd when Geraldine left the trail in search of a place to relieve herself, which people strongly advise against. Unfortunately, she went too far off the trail and ended up getting extremely lost. Geraldine immediately tried to text her husband to let him know that she was in trouble. She asked him to contact the Appalachian Mountain Club for assistance, as she was somewhere north of Woods Road. Unfortunately, the text never came through. Due to the lack of cell phone service in the area, Geraldine's husband never received any of her texts, including the extremely important one she sent the next day, asking him to call the police to come and help her out. By July 24th, however, after losing contact with his wife for 2 days, Geraldine's husband reported her as missing. For Maine Warden Service, it was one of the longest search and rescue operations ever conducted. Hundreds of wardens and volunteers formed teams to look everywhere they could possibly look in the hopes of finding Geraldine. By the end of the search, they had covered 23 square miles, including some of the most dangerous and remote territory. Sadly, on July 30th, the search was called off, as nobody could find a single hint of where Geraldine might be. Unfortunately, for more than 2 years, the mystery of Geraldine's whereabouts remained unsolved. It wasn't until October 2015 that Geraldine's fate was finally revealed. A crew was filming an episode of Animal Planet's Northwoods Law when they discovered the remnants of a hastily assembled camp nearby. The crew contacted the authorities, and not long after, a warden discovered something gruesome and heartbreaking: the remains of Geraldine's body, covered by a sleeping bag inside of the tent. Everybody involved with the search was disturbed by the news. "There's nobody that wanted to bring her home more than we did," Warden Chris Maccabee said in an interview. "I really feel for the family." Geraldine's cell phone was found along with her other personal belongings. They saw the messages that she had attempted to send to her husband, though it soon became clear that they had never actually been sent. The most heartbreaking thing they found, though, was her journal, in which it became apparent that Geraldine knew that she was eventually going to die, should no one be able to give her the assistance she so desperately needed. "When you find my body, please call my husband George and my daughter Carrie," she said in the note. "It will be the greatest kindness for them to know that I am dead and where you find me, no matter how many years from now." She had apparently survived for 27 days, as the final entry of Geraldine's journal was dated August 18th. The search and rescue operation had been off for 18 days. Due to her location, it is believed that she was trying to reach higher ground in a desperate attempt to get cell phone service. Though Geraldine was just a half-mile or 3,000 feet away from the Appalachian Trail, it appears that even though she had prepared for this journey, she eventually succumbed to starvation and exposure to the elements. Geraldine desperately wanted her journal to be sent to her living relatives as her final request. Please find it in your hearts to mail the contents of this bag to one of them. The Largay family is grateful for all the efforts that have been put forth to bring Geraldine home, even as they mourn her death. Jerry was doing exactly what she wanted to do, they wrote in a statement. She was lucid and thinking of others, as always, until the end.